Hello to all of my pro gamers. My name is Moses and I love vaginas. Nom nom nom. I want to petition for the greatest servant of all time to be summonable. Moses. DW, please hear me out and free my people. And to all of you whales out there, you must summon Moses. You must. You must summon Moses and raise Emiya Alter.
Shut the fuck up, Moses. No one wants to free your people. Although I agree with one thing you said. Hello there. I am back. With a vengeance. And a passion. Today I will be discussing why Emiya Alter is a good servant. For starters, he resembles Enrico Pasai from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, so for simplicity's sake I will refer to him as Pasai from now.
Why the fuck do you pronounce his name as Parzai?
Yes, I know. Text-to-speech is horrible. First of all, I will tell you the story of why Emiya became Pasai. Once upon a time, Emiya was minding his own business until he found the shitty reboot DMC in his room and decided to play it, resulting in becoming an edgelord. Pasai is a 4-star story-locked single-target archer. I noticed that not many like using him when they do get him, in face of so-called better options, or they just don't like his kit. Thing is, GamePress.gg analysis of Pasai has a few flaws. What was most disturbing is that they compare him to Normie Emiya. Don't they realize that those two are different enough to avoid comparison? Pasai is a single-target archer for crying out loud. As for the other SUs with GamePress.gg, I will go through his kit first. Most importantly, Pasai is not a steady DPS servant. His damage relies a lot on either his noble Phantasm, or heavy-hitting critical hits accompanied with his third skill. One must be patient when ascending to heaven after all. Pasai has quite a number of hits for all his command cards. This helps with increasing his noble Phantasm gauge since he lacks a battery skill. At maximum, Pasai has 8,996 attack. I have no idea how they came to this number. It is like DW just used a random number generator for this. Anyways, this is a relatively low attack level for a 4-star. As I said, he is not a constant DPS servant. We first notice that Pasai is very reliant on his skills and support. Does that make him bad? Not at all. You just need to time his skills well as they activate on instances rather than by turns. His first skill is bulletproof. This allows him to protect his exposed pecs, not only increasing defense, but also reducing some flat damage. Just like how some people prefer flat girls. This effect lasts for up to 3 hits. I would also mention that it lasts for 5 turns, but let's be real here. That part does not matter. His second skill is projection. It boosts all command card types to a maximum of 30%. This is a good skill to use when you want to utilize his noble Phantasm. Pasai can do a nuts chain with his noble Phantasm, so this skill can provide him some recovery for his noble Phantasm by boosting his art's effectiveness. Pasai also can benefit with a combination of his second and third skill to maximize damage. Speaking of which, Pasai's third skill is Icy Sneer. He shows off his inner edgelord, granting his next 3 attacks an attack boost. Many criticize this skill for not allowing an extra attack to benefit from this skill. Thing is, Pasai does not need the boost for his extra attack. A good chain is more than enough. Since this skill is limited to 3 attacks, make the most out of it. I activate it as soon as Pasai's command cards accumulate some stars to be used. Dealing critical hits with this on makes my man vagina moist. That means I probably have diarrhea. All of Pasai's skills have a cooldown of 5 turns at maximum. These are relatively low. However, since Pasai's skills last a short time anyway, I shall not delve into that. This simply means that his skills are borderline spammable if you can time them right. Pusai's noble phantasm is unlimited edge works. This makes him channel his creativity, and emo people create the best kinds of music. Hence it is an art's noble phantasm. This targets a single enemy and deals a fucking ton of damage, especially with his projection and icy sneer skill. It is also very satisfying to see blades poking out of your enemy, washing your screen with a beautiful spray of blood. There, I said it.
So yeah, the first important thing to do is to add salt. Without salt, nothing is nice. Isn't this fucking what the fuck?
There is also a side effect of reducing the enemy's sex drive, with a minimum of an 80% chance. I have nothing to say about this. Even if this effect fails to land, the damage dealt is good enough and does not need an additional effect to compensate. Many people compare Pusai to Chloe von Insburn, stating that Chloe is the superior art's single-target archer. They say she is a welfare, so her noble phantasm easily can get to NP5, dealing more damage than Pusai. However, you must consider this. Welfares are gone once their event and revivals are over. However, Pusai is always available, just story-locked, so he is harder to get. Pusai is permanent. Heaven is permanent. Another comparison people make is that Chloe has an evade, and Pusai does not. So what if she has an evade? It lasts for one turn and she is squishy without it. Pusai on the other hand has good survivability overall. Besides, skills that grant sure hit and ignore invincibility can turn Chloe into mangled bits of flesh. I use this morbid term because that is an edgy thing to do. It is my way of life, not just a phase. Chloe also has an extremely annoying and overly upbeat personality. This makes me personally prefer Pusai. And I hate lollies unless they are wholesome lollies like Alice and Jack. Raising Pusai is not too difficult, except the fact that you have to use many chains, because all emos love their chains. Another thing is that his final ascension requires the injection of drugs. He hates his life that much. His skills also require a shit ton of chains to raise. Now I will go through which servants can handle Pusai's edge and work well with him. Any arts support or damage support would definitely work well with Pusai. Tamamo, Hanson Waver are self-explanatory. Mozart can have some synergy with Pusai through his first skill granting Pusai increased arts performance. Since this effect lasts one turn, activate it when you want to use Pusai's noble phantasm to maximize its usage. Mozart's third skill grants the team up to 50 stars every 6 turns, guaranteeing critical hits for Pusai. Another good choice is Mash Kyrie Elite herself. With her defensive measures accompanied by how sustainable Pusai already is, it helps him have even further defensive capabilities. Watch as your enemies deal 0 damage to him. That shit is satisfying, just like dipping your penis in a hot tub of lava. Please do not actually do that. It was just a figure of speech.
I stick my lava in my penis before. It turned me into a pro gamer.
Only, actually no. Actually now only at this point only God can fucking save you.
Shut the fuck up, Moses. Go dunk yourself in lava then. No one will stop you. Actually, please don't. The main issue is that Mash will suck your stars. Just take caution. I would also pair Pusai with his so-called Mother Eye reveal for more healing support if you have her. This is to emphasize on Pusai's role as a damage dealer who can stand his ground on the field. Here are the pros and cons of Pusai. Pros. He excels in his damage output despite his low attack stat with the help of his skills. He has good HP stats accompanied with a defensive skill. He has high hit count, giving him more opportunities to generate noble phantasm gauge. His skills are easy to understand. He is relatable. Here are the cons. He calls you ugly, even though that is the truth, but you don't want to hear that anyway. Since his skills are based on instants, his damage tends to fluctuate sometimes. He is easy to pick up, but it tends to be somewhat challenging to master the timing of his skills. His quick card sucks, but at least the hit count is good. He has no sure hit or invulnerability piercing skill. Conclusion? Maids in heaven.
Oh, you. Emiya Alter will benefit from holy grails. You can see it.
Shut the fuck up, Moses.